That was
Now
my
that you
answer. So,
mention it, yeah. Now that you mention it, I think I'm doing the same about the activity. When I wake up, I'm
hmm
kind of bummed out about everything and I can't do anything. But then I'll tell myself to start your day. Don't think about anything. Take it step by step. Just, yeah, that helps. And I go to the office 24/7. I definitely advise people if they're kind of depressed, they can't work in the home, just don't stay don't stay at home. Just go to the office, go to a library, try different libraries in the university. That makes a help. That kind of makes you a bit more motivated.
that's definitely good idea. I think I shared something in my Instagram and I
Exactly,
told
exactly. You
people,
shared this.
please leave home. Don't stay
Exactly,
home. Home will significantly decrease your efficiency. And
exactly.
this is happening to me a lot. When I'm in the school from early morning until late night, when I'm back in home, coming back home, I'm checking to see what I've done so far. And I'm thinking huge difference in comparison to the day that I was home and I was working still. But the
Yeah,
progress is, there is no way you can compare being home and being
exactly.
out of home. Sometimes I even go to coffee shops. I found really good and nice places that I go and connect my laptop to power and start working, get one chai latte, which is my favorite drink, and just focus on my research when specifically I don't have any experimental work and I need to generate to work on my figures, writings, and that kind of things is really helpful. And in the US, I think the culture have it. You see a lot of
Exactly.
students going to coffee shops and study in in those places, which at start was shocking for me. How people go and study in coffee shop.
Yeah,
We usually go coffee shop for dates, seeing people, talk, hang
exactly.
out, not for doing research or studying. But here is really acceptable and one of the most efficient way to increase your efficiency.
Exactly.
So, Sherwin, one more question. When
Yeah.
you feel sad, what you do?
Oh my God.
I
It's funny you should
bec-
ask this. I'm
okay.
in a real weird situation right now. I'm kind of depressed because, obviously, as an Iranian, you come here, you see all of these differences, you sacrifice a lot of stuff, and at the beginning, you're not benefiting from the things that America has to offer. So, yeah, me and I think most of my friends, we're kind of depressed. And uh, generally, the way I do it, the way I tackle this is the exact same thing that I tackle the stress management you told. So I try to just keep it short, not think about the future, just think about the moment. I go to the gym regularly to kind of get rid of these thoughts. And I think just seeing people and doing some activity, not thinking about what is happening right now will help to get rid of the moments that you're really sad. But then again, some moments it really hits and you can't do anything but to cry. I mean, you can cry and it helps. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I think it's a natural reaction to if you hold it in, that will be destructive. If you hold your thoughts in, if you do not talk with someone, I never believed in therapy. I I don't know. I somehow
It's
thought that
typical Iranian thing, right?
yeah, exactly.
We
But
rarely
then
believe in
again,
that.
exactly. But then again, even if you go there and you talk about your problems, you talk about it with your friends, like you get used to it. It will go away. But if you hold it in, um, it will make your life a misery. And don't do that.
Yeah,
Just talk about it. Yeah.
I agree. Talking can help. And I know you just entered to the US, and one
Yeah.
of the challenges students usually have is communication and finding new friends. How was that for you? How it's been going so far?
Mm, I don't know. What do you call a friend, though? I mean, here, friend is someone that checks on you and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And then, or I don't know, you might go and study for 1 or 2 hours together. But I don't know. In Iran, there's a traditional definition of friend that you spend a lot of time together. I haven't found a person like that. But as for people that I know, I think there are quite a lot of people that I know, and I say hi. But I don't feel that comfortable talking to them. That's why I went to therapy. So, and it's also another thing. So, graduate life is way more isolated in comparison to undergrads. They live at dorms that make them interact with each other, and their community consists of people that kind of match. I don't know how this happens, but they make really great friends in the beginning. And for graduate students, not only my problem, there are other people around here. It's kind of difficult. You have to go and investigate the clubs that your university have, the events that they hold for graduate students. The international office might help with that. I haven't had the time personally, but I think if I go and investigate the resources, I would find it easier to interact with new people. It's not hard. They know that this problem exists for international students, and all the universities, not Yale, all of them, have an international office. That one of the things that they do is to make you interact with each other. Me personally, I haven't had any close friends here yet.
Yeah, sometime I'm feeling bad for ourselves as a PhD student, graduates. When we're coming, we see a huge portion of the schools for grad schools are internationals, and a lot of them are busy with research. They don't have enough time in the first place to spend with each other. And even if you can manage your time, it's hard to find another person who can make it. So at the end of the day, you just coming up that I have to deal with this, and
Exactly.
you stay alone with yourself and live your life, or go into more public places, bars, coffee shops, and start to talk to people. And I think this is one of the biggest challenges for international students. As you said, in undergrad life, it is easier because your undergrad in classes you have 50, 100 students
Exactly.
involving in projects, you making different groups, starting talking to each other, doing homework together. But in PhD, in masters even, we don't have that opportunity to involve
Exactly.
in different research groups and that kind of things, which makes life a little bit challenging and sometimes more depressing. And yeah, I think knowing that maybe can help for other students who come and can think about it to how to deal with that. So, Sherwin, how many hours do you study on average,
Um,
or you do research?
there is a basic 15 hours a week dedicated towards research. That's always on there on my schedule. Can't do anything about it. If I don't spend that time, I wouldn't be able to um, meet the deadlines that I have with my advisor. That's that. But regarding the courses, I would say it really depends. It's not that rigorous. Graduate courses are easier than I thought, and if you just spend the minimum amount of time that you did in your undergrad to study them, look at the resources, do the homeworks, it's pretty easy and manageable. So maybe 2 to 3 hours for each course that I took. The problem is that I'm taking so many courses this semester, 4 courses alongside a special investigation, they call it. That is basically the work that I do with my advisor, but they officially put that into the transcripts and they call it special investigation. So,
I see. Yeah, and since you did undergrad and you direct PhD, you will require to pass more courses in
exactly.
comparison to master students who got into PhD.
Yeah.
Okay. The next question is about your sleeping hours. How many hours do you sleep on average?
Like, there are exceptional days that I don't sleep at all, but then the day after I'm done with the deadline or the presentation, I go and get a 10-hour sleep. And on average, I would say that I'll get more than 7. If I don't get that, I'll be tired. I can't do anything. Seriously. If I do an average of 2 hours of sleep, no. For 2 months, you said?
Yeah,
Well, how did you manage that? Oh my God, no.
I'm telling you, it was sometime it was more experimental stuff I was doing in the labs, and because I
Oh,
was coming back, I have to work on my YouTube and that kind of things. I was spending whole
oh,
midnight for working on videos, making content, and that kind of things. So, but after 2 months, I felt okay, I'm gonna die soon. I have to stop this somewhere. And I said, okay, I have a friend who was talking me about a technique that you can live 6 months with no sleeping even. But this can happen when there is war or something like that. I was planning to make a video for that. There is a technique, I don't
what?
remember the name. You starting the whole process takes 1 year, but after 1 year you can manage your sleep hours in a way that you can sleep 1 hour per day or 2 hours per day,
Wow.
whatever you want, whatever is your plan to sleep. And I may make a video for that to let people know how it works. But it is not good definitely for your health because we need specific hours of sleep to be more efficient and more
Exactly.
focused on what we're doing.
Mm.
But yeah, I've seen really strange stuff, and
No,
this
definitely
is
get your
happening.
sleep 7 to 8 hours. No, 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 don't do this. If you're
Yeah.
not, if you don't have to, don't do it. Why? But you apparently you have a lot of stuff that you have to do, and you're working on everything simultaneously. But please, if you are a PhD student listening to this and you don't have to, like,
Yeah.
do this, okay?
Sleep well, and enjoy your time. You
Yeah,
you shouldn't kill yourself for yeah, for
exactly.
getting your PhD.
Red flags in
Behaviors or
academic life, you mean, like,
yeah, red flags in
yeah.
academic life. If you have in general also, I'm happy to hear it.
Like, okay, I think one of the things that really overwhelms me every time is the fact that I'm a bit delusional. Let me expand on that. I have very high expectations from myself, and it's not working out in real life. I always I've always seen myself in a place way higher than the reality. So it never helps. You have to live in the moment. You have to see the reality. There are limited amount of skills that you have and you can acquire throughout the life. So don't do that. Just set rational milestones for yourself. I'm doing this, and while I'm talking about it, I have those high expectations, and it's not making life easy for me personally. I'm constantly comparing myself with that thing, and it's not working out. Maybe if I would have discretized my, you know, um, ideal version into different steps to be able to take it step by step and reach there, it would have helped. But yeah, that's one thing is not helping. The other red flag, I haven't actually thought about this before. You know, I'm sorry that I'm taking so long and giving these vague answers, but
That's a great
uh,
answer, honestly. And I think it is a hard question.
yeah,
We
it's
usually
kind
ask
of
red
hard.
flags, what is red flags in your partner, or what kind of
No, no, no,
red
yeah, you're
flags do
right.
you have? But I think it helps when you set some criteria for yourself in your
Yeah,
life.
yeah, but
And
yeah, yeah, you do.
but
I
it's
mean,
hard.
yeah, exactly. It's hard to manage it. You'll have to m- manage these thoughts. Yeah, there is an ideal version of yourself that you could have been, but then
Hmm.
again, if you think about it a lot, what difference does it make to compare yourself to other people, which is not a healthy thing to do at all. You know, the only difference is that there's an imaginary person that you're comparing yourself with. So it could be destructive if you keep doing that. But then again, as you mentioned, a level of that to keeps you motivated and get you going is good. Another thing, what can I say?
Yeah, while you're thinking, I'm gonna tell my red flag that I
Yeah.
reached
Okay.
it in this 4 years of living in the US. At the start, I think I explained I was stressful, I was fighting every day and night to just make everything good, work out. But at the end, I don't know what happened suddenly. I reached to this conclusion in my life. I said to myself, Harry, you have to work hard, and that is what you can do. And don't care about the results, what's gonna happen
Exactly.
next. These days I'm working, I'm trying hard, I'm doing my best, and I don't care what's gonna be the output of it. It is good to have results, to have output, but it's out of my control. I'm running projects. I spent whole Saturday from 8 a.m. until 9, 8 p.m. to running experiment, and I got really good results. And even with no good results, I was happy because I spent that
Exactly.
time for my research. And if it didn't work out, it's not my fault. I tried my best. I read papers, I do all those steps based on the protocols that I prepared. This is what I can do. And if it's not going in a perfect way, it's out of my
Exactly.
control. We shouldn't blame ourselves for a thing which is out of our control.
Now that you mention it, first of all, thank you very much for sharing that. But
Of
based
course.
on what you said, I think I can also add something that I'm kind of moody when it comes to getting things done. So what I mean by that is, I don't know, it's kind of a fight between me being motivated and demotivated, and that really affects the amount of time and effort that I put into something. So when I'm motivated, you see me working like 8 hours straight, and when I'm demotivated, oh my god, it's just not working out. So don't be like this. I mean, I'm learning that no matter how you feel, just start the things and exactly what you mentioned. This motivation will just give you a kickstart at the beginning, but then in the process, whether you're motivated or not motivated, it doesn't make a difference. There have been days that I forced myself to do some stuff and get something done, and I was not motivated at all. I wasn't in the mood to do anything that day, but I'd done things that I wouldn't have done in the days that I was this high. I was very motivated about this stuff. So it doesn't make a difference in your performance whether you're motivated to do something or not. Don't be like that. Don't be moody. I think that's I'm telling this to myself right now, and this is my red flag. I'm working on it.
Yeah, that's a great point. I agree. Sometimes you're not in the mood to do something and you're spending all day in your bed and wasting your time, and you have the same story happening on the other day, but this time you're jumping out of your bed and you're going to work and doing some stuff. And when you come back home at the end, you compare these two conditions, you see the mood is the same, right? But one
Exactly.
time you stayed in your bed, and one time you get out of your bed and do some works. And you
Exactly.
see the second one was definitely better, and you got a lot of things done, which is
Exactly.
yeah, first needs a little bit of effort, but at the end you will be happy with that,
Exactly.
and you will
Exactly.
feel happy about yourself. Yeah, that's so true. So, Sherwin, I think we're reaching to the end of conversation. It was
Hmm.
so nice talking to you as
Thank
a
you.
Iranian first, as a friend, and secondly as one of
Thank you very
the
much.
nice students and uh, students from Yale. So I love Yale
Thank you.
University, so
Thank
one
you
of
very
my
much.
favorite schools. And the last thing from your side, if there is anything I've missed, you want to talk to students, uh, we'll be happy to
Uh,
hear that.
I think I just wanted to tell people if you want to apply to a graduate program, to a PhD program, most specifically for Iranian students that are looking for fully funded positions, there are two things that are the most important things. Do not care about the names, do not care about anything. Just care about the potential advisor that you're probably going to work with and the city and the environment, because these are the stuff that consists 99% of your life in US. Doesn't matter if you're at Yale but feeling down, not motivated to work with someone, or if you're in some unknown university but you're working with someone that is passionate about helping you, you guys work well together, and that advisor will help you reach stuff that you wouldn't have reached if you were studying at Harvard, but your advisor is not helping you. So care about that, care about your advisor, care about the city that you live in, the community that you might have there. I mean, it's kind of hard, but I'm talking about this for the people that have multiple options. For someone that has one position, yeah, don't think about it. Just come here, you'll figure it out. But for the people that are stuck between different positions, definitely think about this.